You have probably heard of Zen Browser by now. Lately, it's been getting really popular, and almost everyone has been praising it. Zen Browser might be the greatest browser I have ever used. Well, clearly this guy hasn't tried Microsoft Edge, but all this positive praise made me interested. Is it really as good as people say, or is it just a cult-like fan base, like this guy is saying? Well, I wanted to find this out myself, so I decided to try Zen Browser for 1 week. Zen Browser markets itself as a clean and smooth browser that offers a calmer internet. And in this department, it definitely succeeds. The first time you launch it, you automatically realize how different and modern it looks to other browsers like Chrome or Firefox. On the sidebar, there are a limited amount of buttons, so it doesn't look cluttered. And automatically, I really like how the browser is a little bit transparent. If you look right here, you can see my wallpaper through the browser, which is a very nice touch. Also, the overall change that puts the search bar and your tabs on the side, I really enjoy it. It weirdly feels like it takes less space up. I found myself not going completely full screen while watching YouTube, because the sidebar felt kind of part of the experience. The fact that these icons also hide automatically makes it feel like the browser isn't a browser, just a part of your computer. And now we can talk about my favorite part of the browser. It's not a big thing, but I actually fell in love with it. The fact that there is no so-called home screen. What I mean by that, if you look at most browsers, for example Chrome, if you open a new tab, it automatically puts you on this page. But after using this browser, I realized that this whole page is completely useless. When you open up a new tab in Zen, the search bar just pops up on your screen, which is not only more comfortable, but also just faster. Also, the essentials in Zen are basically shortcuts in Chrome. Except again, you don't have to go to this useless screen, and they are always just there. So cancel browser homepages 2025. It has no real purpose and everything can be done more efficiently. It also has a lot of features like most browsers, except just done better. Firstly, if you close the browser and open it later, your tabs will be remembered. And it does this automatically, instead of asking you every time, like Chrome. Sadly, it doesn't have some more advanced features like an ad blocker or a VPN. But if we are being real, this is an aesthetic browser. Nobody is using it for privacy, they just like how it feels. So far, I have been praising this browser, but during my time using it, I ran into a surprisingly large amount of problems, and basically all of them have to do with the actual performance of the browser. I have seen some complaints about this, but I have also seen people call this browser lightweight and fast, which to be honest is kind of the complete opposite experience I had. First off, everybody jokes about how Chrome eats up your RAM, right? But if Chrome is here, then Zen is all the way up here. In both browsers, I just have 3 YouTube tabs open, and this is the difference. Like, it's actually crazy. And this also leads to it being pretty slow, especially when working with multiple tabs. Like, if you're used to having 20 different tabs open at once, your computer is going to struggle. Also, I experienced a lot of crashes and bugs. For example, I couldn't watch Netflix. The main page was working fine, but whenever I clicked on a show, it just put up an error code. And when I went to the home page, it just basically said, use a different browser. And on Chrome, everything worked. This might be a Firefox problem and not necessarily a Zen problem. A lot of the time, the pages would just freeze, especially YouTube when I had multiple tabs open. So this whole power consumption problem I ran into made this experience a lot worse. So after a full week with Zen Browser, is it going to become my new default? Well, I'm torn. On one hand, I absolutely love the design. It's clean, modern, and refreshing. The lack of a homepage, the sidebar tabs, the transparency, all of it just feels like a breath of fresh air in the world of clunky browsers. But on the other hand, the performance issues are hard to ignore. RAM usage, freezing, occasional crashes. If Zen is truly meant to be a smooth and calming experience, they need to fix these issues ASAP. Because right now, it feels like a beautiful car with engine problems. Also, if there are any other browsers you would want me to try, just comment them down.